Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm putting a video series videos I've been doing for a while now. We're over there, child food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, at the time I'm doing this, folks, did you know that going over there and snapping your fingers is the fastest motion that a human being can do? It's out of anything that we are able to do biologically. That is the fastest thing that we can do. That release. It's the fastest thing that we can do. Interesting fun fact. But anyway, Peter Can Thunderbolt poster behind me. Crappy old ladder off to the side. There's some Marvel figures up there, a little bit obscured. And folks, I'm wearing a cool shirt. When I wear a cool shirt, I like to highlight the shirt. What cool shirt am I wearing, folks? Well, it's a little bit obscure, but boom! Ventana shirt. Ventana. Ventana. What's Ventana? Well, if you watch my little video series that I've been doing here in a row, because I do these in batches, hence why I got a lot of things in me right now. I did some K-Army stew, I did some soda, I just got through doing some Idaho and potato stuff. I've been doing it, folks. But yes, if you watch my little batch that I've been doing, you'll be familiar with Ventana at this point, because I've yammered on about them. They're a metal band out of Cleveland, kind of industrial metal. Really striking figures. They used to all have the gas mask look. They kind of changed it up a couple times since then. I absolutely love these guys. Extremely good dudes. I've been fortunate enough to see them live a couple times. Unfortunately, I don't have any videos like I do with some of my other bands that I've like to promote. But I really love these guys. Absolutely check out their stuff. And if you don't think that I love them, folks, maybe you're thinking, oh no, Ventana just paid him. First of all, Ventana's pseudo-retired at the moment. And then on top of that, ain't no one paying me for anything. Because why would they? But here's the thing, folks. This is a true story. The last haircut that I got from the guitarist of Ventana. This dude named Rocky. He, aside from being an excellent guitarist, also apparently cuts hair semi-professionally. Actually, trained to do it and everything. And the last time I went to go see him, he was like, if you want, man, we can go over there and do this. So we went literally to the outside of the venue, and he went over there and he trimmed my hair down. And I vowed that I would not get another haircut until he came back around and get my haircut by him again. And then he wasn't in the band anymore, not long after that. But, anyway, we're just going to keep rolling with it. What am I trying for y'all today, folks? Well, not too long ago, I went over there and I did a review for some fancy chocolate. Boom! Ferrero Rocher. I had a big old thing of them at the time. This is the last one. But at the time while I was doing it, I got into my head. I was like, well, wait a second. This isn't the only mildly testicle-shaped chocolate that's available out there. There's another one that's a little bit fancy too. And it got me thinking, folks, which is the better? Ferrero Rocher or Lindor? Lindt chocolates. Ha ha ha! That's going to be the thumbnail. The lighting sucks, but whatever. Yes, indeed, folks. They're both fancy schmancy chocolate spheres that you can get at gas stations because, yeah. I just got the basic Lindt, none of the fancy ones because it's just the basic Ferrero Rocher. Now, I know that these aren't going to be a one-for-one. Like Ferrero Rocher, it's got the hazelnut and everything. Lindt, I haven't had Lindt in years. I remember when you could first start kind of finding them in gas stations and stuff like that. They became a little bit more available. They were a bit ooh la la at the time as a kid. If you got yourself a Lindt ball. Oh yeah, let's see how it goes, folks. I will say the Ferrero Rocher does seem a bit bigger than the Lindt. Why you cheaping out on us, Lindt? Why you cheaping out on us? I'll do the Ferrero Rocher first, just because I can use it as a reminder of not that long ago. Open the thing. Look at it. Look at it. It's got nuts. It's got to have a wafer exterior, because the way it breaks down when you bite it. That's so good. melts. It's got the crispiness again, I think, of wafer. Got the crispiness of the nuts to add in the texture. It's got a wonderful hazelnut flavor. That is wonderful. It is definitely one of those things where I can fully understand why Ferrero Rocher, and I mentioned this in my review of the Ferrero Rocher. It totally makes sense why these are considered like a little bit more of a premium thing, because, man, they're good. Super, super good. So that's Ferrero Rocher. That's the standard we're setting. Palate cleanser, Frost Top Grape Soda. I did a review of this one. Go watch that review. I probably should have used water, because now it just tastes like delicious grape soda in my mouth. It's alright. The taste will fade, because if it didn't, then I would just always have the delicious taste of grape soda in my mouth. Which sounds amazing, but I could see it getting tiresome after a while. Whereas comparatively, the Lindt, you can see it, it's a ball of chocolate, and it's got a hole in it. I don't remember what's inside a Lindt. Is it like creamy chocolate, or is it... Okay. Okay. Okay, Lindt. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just a... The outside is definitely, it's just... Wow. Okay. It's just straight up. It's just a ball of chocolate. On the inside, I don't know if it's... I think it's all the same type of chocolate. It seems like a milk chocolate. It's not gonna have a thing on it. There's no way in hell. Yeah, no, okay. I want to say it feels like a mint or a milk chocolate, but I don't want to go over there and get that wrong. But like that's kind of how it tastes to me. Because it reminds me a little bit, not in terms of quality, but in terms of like taste. Kind of like when you get like the chocolate Easter bunnies. That's what my mind immediately went to. Now that said, like I said, I'm not saying in terms of quality, just somewhat in terms of the texture and everything. But although it's not hard like that. Let me express that. Like it similar to the Ferrero Rocher, it definitely wants to melt in your mouth. But it's a little bit denser for sure. So it is one of the most chocolatey things that I've ever tasted, and I mean that in a really good way. Because at first taste, it's like okay, it's a chocolate ball. Chocolate tastes good. But as it went by, you could definitely taste like the quality of the chocolate. It had like different layers of things going on with it. Like as it, dissolved more in my mouth, I was tasting other things. And it was just this really genuinely wonderful, creamy, chocolatey experience. Like, I like chocolate stuff. I eat candy bars every now and again. I prefer them to, say like a Starburst or, fruit flavored treats and such. But usually it's chocolate accompanying something. It's a Milky Way or Twix or Reese's. There's stuff going on. This is just straight chocolate, but because of the quality of it, it tastes like so much more, and that is genuinely really impressive. I didn't expect, like I said, I haven't had a fucking Lindt in I don't know how long. I wasn't expecting to like it that much. When I first put it in my mouth, that experience was kind of what I was expecting, which was just, it's a good chocolate. But as the outer shell kind of broke down and, it got to the more sort of rich, kind of creamy chocolate on the inside, that, like I said, that was when it was like, oh, wow, there's like different layers to this whole thing. There's even a little bit of a different texture to some extent, because like I said, the outside, I think, is a little bit more of a harder shell. That was really good. Like, I genuinely, like I said, that really surprised me. But we're not just doing a review of the Lindt, we're comparing it against the Ferrero Rocher. So which do I personally prefer, folks? Because the thing is, they're similar in shape, and that's about it. And I would argue in quality too. I think they're both quality products. But aside from that, they're doing very different things because at the end of the day, the Lindt is, again, it is chocolate pretty much personified. It is just, here is a wonderful, delicious chocolate treat. It is way better than something like a straight Hershey bar. There's just more going on, and like I said, you can just taste the quality of it. Whereas the Ferrero Rocher, it's a lot of things. It's more delicate. It's got more texture to it. There's a greater variety of flavors, even though I think like I said, there's a decent variety of flavors in the Lindt. But ultimately, that's all chocolate based, whereas the Ferrero Rocher just has more going on because it has more things. I mean, straight up, like, it really does kind of, I'm not going to cop out, but it definitely does come down to kind of what I would personally be in the mood for. Because I think if I really wanted something just, wonderful and chocolatey, I would go Lindt. Because that's, like I said, that's what its core feature is. Whereas with the Ferrero Rocher, that's something, I think if I wanted to eat a chocolate ball with my pinky out, that's what I would go for. Feeling fancy. I think my heart and my brain are telling me to. My heart tells me Lindt. My heart tells me Lindt because I like the chocolatey aspect of it. But my brain is telling me Ferrero Rocher because it likes all the different layers. Plus, it's a very unique treat compared to the Lindt. Because even the Lindt, even though it is unique in the way that it works compared to other contemporary chocolates, it's ultimately chocolate, whereas the Lindt has just more. Or the Ferrero Rocher. I have to go Ferrero Rocher. I do. I don't, and it's not a knock against Lindt. Like I said, I think they're genuinely surprisingly good for what I was expecting. Not that I expected it to be bad, but they shocked me with how good the quality of it was. So I like that aspect of it a lot. But I think ultimately, for me, just the fact that the Ferrero Rocher, it just has more going on, and like the way the textures work and everything, as soon as you eat one, it really is this, it's a fairly luxurious experience. That's the best way I can put it. Whereas with the Lindt, I think there's still a luxurious aspect to it, but I don't want to put my pinky out for it. It's not quite there. It's close, not quite. So Ferrero Rocher for me personally is the winner. But I do, like I said, I think you could genuinely take it other way. I think it's, if you want a straight chocolate experience, go with the Lindt. I think it does a really great job of that. Ferrero Rocher, I think it just offers more overall. But anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Spectacular rest of your week. Monumental rest of your month. Stupendous rest of your year. Folks, if you can go over there and have yourselves a truly chocolate ball-tastic rest of your life. That doesn't sound right. But that's okay, because we live in 2023 at the time I'm doing this. And we can go over there and we can all be adults and not snicker about it, right? Right? But anyway, final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But we can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, we live in a world where we have multiple, folks, we were over here. I had 2 chocolate balls. I made a testicle joke. Come on now. We're living in a pretty good world. Most of the time. But even with that being the case, things can still get stressful and distressing. When we run into those situations, that's why we try not to be an asshole. We put the effort forth. If we run into those situations where we are, though, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to watch this video that I have done here today for you. And maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to be like, well, wait a second, I'm aware of 18 other varieties of chocolate ball confectionaries that aren't Ferrero Rocher or Lindt. And I will go over there and I will announce in the comments this full list of those things so that perhaps Brandon, maybe wearing his Ventana shirt at the time, who knows, can go over there and try all those varieties. Now, I may or I may not. It depends on how things go. But I wouldn't mind that personal task. I'm just saying. Or conversely, you could go over there and do something else that's more pertinent to you. Like, what's the thing that you could do? It's a thing that you could do, folks. Get yourself a telescope. Look at the stars. At the time I'm doing this, it's pretty dark out. You can look at the stars and be like, ooh, stars and such. Bye.